This is a set of OZ Vega racing wheels, 16 by 8 and 16 by 7. Here's the by 8. I've had these on the car for a long time. It's guards red, doesn't match well, looks funky. But these were track wheels. I don't do too much tracking, but I love these wheels. They're not many wheels that are as light as the Fuchs. These are as light as the Fuchs. Phenomenal wheel. Missing the center caps, but that's why they're track wheels, and don't need them anyway. You want to see the lug nuts. You want to be able to inspect those during your track days. So I'm gonna give these a color that's not so annoying. Anthracite with Plasti Dip. These wheels were done the right way. Those centers were powder coated, high quality paint job. But I'll do Plasti Dip. I don't know how durable that's going to be, but they won't look so annoying. I'll show you how I did it. Taped up now, and keep in mind you want to put the Plasti Dip on wet, so you're putting it close to the surface, so I don't need to cover everything out here. Here's the key, and I don't know that it's going to work, but put a little gap in the tape there, and the three-piece rim, there's a really tiny little space for a razor blade. I don't know if you can see it, but after it dries I'll be cutting it right along the seam there, so the gap is there so that when I lift up the tape, it'll also lift up the rubber that's on the aluminum part of the wheel outer. I did clean these wheels with a pressure washer, so they are clean. That's a must. And the reason I'm doing the back of the wheel is because it is hard to get into this mesh, so some of getting into the mesh will be from behind. It's about 68 or 70 degrees. It's a little bit windier than I like it to be. But yeah, we'll give it a shot. And I'm going to do light coats to start, just to see how I get back into the mesh. That's actually an interesting look, kind of burnt orange. And I realized as I was spraying the back, I don't want any Plasti Dip on the back side of the hub, so I'm going to cover that and then do some more spraying. That's it for the 2 light coats. I gave it about 15 minutes of time between the first and second light coat. And the subsequent, the heavy coats, I'm going to do 3 and give it about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer between each one of those coats. And then let everything dry for at least 24 hours. I'm applying the second coat now. This goes on heavy, like the first heavy coat. Remember, I did 2 light coats. So it goes on wet. And you got to make sure you get in here a lot of rubber. I mean, it's a rubberized paint. So that when I peel it off, the rubber's thick enough to separate on the groove that's between the 3-piece center and the 2 halves. It's on wet. There we go, that's wet. Oh, now the fun part. There's a thin gap. So I'm going to put this blade, it's got to be a razor blade, not X-Acto. Put that in the gap. There's an example. Right here. Cut the rubber so the blade fits. Oh yeah. Looks good. Just have that little glitch to clean up right there. Beautiful. Oh, they look good. And I definitely love the hardware on the wheels, so I didn't want to paint over that. Shoot, I'm not liking that. Fortunately, it's the back of the wheel. It's how the front of the wheel, it turns out, that matters, obviously. Well, no doubt I'll have to be careful when I clean these wheels. No high pressure. Well, I'm done. There it is. They look pretty good. Am I happy? Well, let's see how long they last. But yeah, they look really good. Turned out clean. Wasn't very hard to do, just some patience.